Hi, Off-Grid Creationist Russ Miller here. I'm sitting out back by my wife's potting bench. This is where she gets the seeds, puts things together, gets them planted so we can feed all the little bunny rabbits and squirrels around here. Occasionally, we might actually get something out of there, but most of it goes to the animals. I made this out of old decking material and some old pine logs I found out in the forest. But my friends, that is not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Easter Sunday 2005. My wife and I were asked by a college group to backpack down to the bottom of Grand Canyon to Havasu Falls with them because they wanted to stay overnight that Saturday night and on Easter morning do some baptisms in the water right below the falls. Well, we backpacked in with them, and that Saturday night we opened up our food and we brought in this dry food. It was spoiled, it was no good. And we stayed overnight, got up the next morning, had no breakfast. It was the same food once again. Went to the baptisms, then my wife and I decided to hike out on Easter Sunday 2005 from the bottom of Grand Canyon. It was a very hot day. Everyone else was staying overnight and hiking out on Monday. We got to the halfway point. There's a tap spring. We'd use it to fill up our water canteens in the day before. We get there and the tap's broken. There's no way to get water out of it. So we continue to hike out. Now at that time, we only had about a cup of water between the two of us in our canteens. We got to the switchbacks about 2,000 feet below the rim, and we began the switchbacks to the top. We got about halfway up those switchbacks and my wife was going into a heat stroke type mode. I recognized this, and I found a little ledge that had about a square foot of shade in it because the sun was just pounding us. I put her in that shade and I poured the last of our water over the back of her neck and head, and I stood there trying to provide more shade and trying to fan her. It was a desperate situation and there was no one around to help. I sat down next to my wife and I just prayed. I said, God, I need your help, and I need your help right now. I opened my eyes, my wife was to my right, to my left, and toward the trail was a big rock, and something caught my eye right by me behind this rock, and I looked down and there's this great big fat juicy orange sitting there. It was completely peeled. No peel to be found anywhere, and it's still soft and juicy. I looked to the top of the trail and down to the bottom, no one around. I sat down next to my wife, Joanna. We ate that orange on Easter Sunday 2005, perked up and stood up and hiked out the rest of Grand Canyon on that Easter Sunday. My friends, what I want to say is put your trust in the Word of God, word for word and cover to cover, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Hi, I'm the Off-Grid Creationist Russ Miller. Thank you for watching today's video. Hey, if you'd like to help us get this information to others, please subscribe and share the video. You can also go to our website and find all sorts of great resources we have put out. Or you can even click the button below if you'd like to partner with us, and we'd appreciate that as well. Hey, thanks again. Hope to see you in another video soon.